Tuesday, June 5, Factory Farm. Okay, just got back from the Draper Richards Kaplan Foundation meeting and a week of Shuttleworth Foundation in Berlin. The Draper Richards Kaplan that was in San Jose with myself and Aaron. We're looking at, they'll probably get us a little fellowship there, but it's going to take time. They're going to basically visit here at Factory Farm, check us out, still do a little due diligence and go from there. But the main thing is, so the thinking here is let's get the production online so that we're independent from all kinds of funding schemes, so we're bootstrap funding ourselves. So that's for me. Today I'm going to actually order a pump. So our well, we have a well here that needs to have a pump inserted and a water storage system put in. So I'm going to focus on that since we're out of water here. We're running off our reserves, and also Floyd's going to build in the rooftop catchment. I got to follow up on that and some loose ends to, and basically on the tractor, pulverizer, CB press, we're pretty much ready to ship, so we're going to start looking for shipping options. Okay, so let's go through the rest of the team. Brianna, show us what do you got going on?
Yesterday I moved the iron worker and installed the upper arm. That required us to move the other tractor.
Hey, let's show it. Let's take a look at it. That's a little demo, product demo. Torch table here, our hoist, iron worker. All right, it looks like it's coming together. Tell us about it.
Well, we had to move it over here, so I had to Jose weld these things. Because all we got is a Harbor Freight welder, and yes, that was welded with Harbor Freight, and it carried 700 pounds. It's amazing.
With a little 90 amp welder.
Yeah, okay. So we did that, moved the tractor out of here, moved this here. We had some discussion about where to put the iron worker, because we're going to have rollers coming off of this for sliding the stock into the shears. Yeah. So it was debate whether to put it facing this way, but then the rollers would be across, or have it more out here, but then this would kind of be in the way of the thoroughfare. So we settled on diagonal, which looks kind of cheesy, but I think it's the best. So is the roller going to be like all the way out here so that we basically pull in from outside? Yeah, because we're going to have 20 feet stock like that we're going to need to be chopping. So you can't just have, have it slide in here and not. So. Okay. So. Yeah, I mean, we drove these pins in. We had some issues with.
Which ones?
These two. Set it down with the hoist, and we had some issues with. We must have cross-threaded one of them, and it completely tore up the bolt, but I just chopped off the end of the bolt. I mean, like, it was probably my fault. We had, like, this long of a lever arm doing on the bolt, and it just completely ate it up. Like, both screwed up the bolt and the nut. Luckily, I had an extra nut on hand. I just chopped it off. Now there's a little bit. It's, like, not going all the way in, but it's just like a 1/4 inch or so. I need to research if that's going to be enough to hold the weight. I think it will, since it's most of the way through. But yeah, so that's that. Yesterday.
What's the next step on this?
Next step is basically I have to install the blades here, the angle blade and the flat blade, and check the blade gap between these two blades. It should be 0.007, 7 to 10 thousandths. And then, so if it's not right, what I'm going to do is remove the lower blade mount and machine any off of. I erred on the side of not enough gap versus too much gap, because there's virtually no way to fix too much gap. And there's lots of ways to fix too little, so that's next on my plate.
What's the goal for today?
Well, goal for today, I don't have the bolts necessary to do this yet. So I'm going to work on updating my blog and then tying up a few loose ends, like I need to finish the remainder of the angle cover plate, which basically is just sanding off the back. That'll take a couple minutes. And then also need to machine the angle mount, which goes here. So I'll machine that and reinstall that angle mount. That shouldn't take too long, so I'll basically just be doing documentation today.
Excellent.
Oh, actually, and I will install the valve on this, so we can hook up a power cube and kind of move stuff up and down and test how that works. Okay.
Yeah. And then when do we estimate this to be up and ready to run?
I'm hoping by the end of the week. It's going to be latest end of next week, or middle of next week.
All right. So sounds good.
Depends on how many problems we run into.
Okay, thanks. So, Jose, what's the latest progress?
Yesterday I've been doing all the things that Brianna said with her, so it's been working together. For today I don't really know because we are running out of gas.
Okay, actually I checked. There's one bottle is totally full, so one of them is full.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Yeah. So the other thing is making the list of components that we need for the touch table with the grease. And after that, I don't know what more we can do.
Yeah.
So let me think about it, and maybe I will know it better later.
How about the shelves? They're coming into place, or let's see, Yunso, tell us what's the latest on
the status
everything
of
else.
the shelves are, we have a lot of the 5-foot shelves up. Some of the high ones too. We've run out of materials, so we need additional flat bar to resume shelf and nail production.
Little reinforcements you're talking about.
And further reinforcements, the corner ones. And that's it. That's essentially it for the shelves. We need more materials to resume it.
Yeah, and then regarding the circuit mill, what's the latest?
Okay, so I've been working on the cold saw, so we can achieve precision manufacturing for the CNC circuit mill blocks, so we can cut with parallelity. And the cold saw, near final draft, I'd say this is going to be the final draft unless some serious concerns come up from peer review. Today's goal is add the remaining feature, which is a revised blade guard and the stopper, so that you can stop, the blade automatically stops through a mechanical stop at just below the contacting device, and also that you can hold it back there without having to manually
mechanical stop as in a lever, a hydraulic lever?
No, as in as simple as a fastener that is positioned on the moving plate such that when it can contact the shaft block surface right before it touches the device, the blade touches the device here, and when you pull it back.
Okay, just a physical stop.
Yeah, physical stop.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all. Good. Okay, so when is that ready for peer review?
Today.
Okay, today. Okay, sounds good. And then, so Chris, actually, he left to pick up Darren. Darren's coming here today with the open source stepper motor controller, so we're going to start integrating that with the torch table as we get the frame up. And we're going to start looking at getting the materials for the torch table pretty soon. Okay, Aiden.
So yesterday I got the ball rolling on learning CAD from the ground up. Started recording with a timer, and had some kinks in terms of compatibility with my video editing software, so it took longer than I expected. But I hope to be able to post 1, 2, or 3 lessons today.
Oh, cool.
And
SolidWorks, that is.
Yeah, this is SolidWorks.
Yeah.
And today I'm focusing my energy on organizing the materials between here and HabLab. Hopefully do a recycling center run and get the
that'll be
recycling bin set up, and maybe start checking out a long-term storage area for metal.
Yeah, somewhere back here.
You also made a chart yesterday.
Oh,
Yes. What are?
Practiced my welding yesterday, flux core.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Flux core with the Millermatic.
Yeah.
No, flux core,
No, 90
meaning
amp
the
welder.
90
Oh,
amp
the
welder.
90 amp welder, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We found that can do like these half-inch welds right here. If you do, how long does it take to do one of these? Like 5 minutes to do one.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
3 out of 3 passes.
Look at this.
So
how
basically,
that
just
off
do it. You
the
do it,
flux.
even though it's a tiny welder. Yeah, you just keep going at it and heats it up still.
Yeah,
So
the thing is, you need to focus on one side for a long time to warm it up.
Warm it up.
To get a good fusion. And I go to the other side, it's like a... So when you have the second pass, it's already a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
I thought about warming up the whole thing with a torch,
Oh yeah.
It could be easier like that.
Oh,
and
that's
then make a first pass with already warmed, so it's a better fusion, but
that works still.
So it lifted 700 pounds.
Yeah, that's good. And then we've got the 3-phase converter that's up for 3 kilowatts of power on 3-phase, right? 5 kilowatts of power on 3-phase. And we've got the charger for the battery system. So right now we're trickle charging essentially all day. And that any comments on that? It was easy to hook up?
Yeah, it was as easy as hooking the red to the red side of the bus bar and the black to the black side and plugging it in.
And did you unplug the battery because it's 72 volts, or were you touching 72 volts?
I was touching 72 volts.
So 72 volts doesn't shock you? Okay.
Well, I
That's
wasn't
good.
touching across
Oh, you weren't
the
touching
terminals.
across.
And I was
Okay,
wearing
good.
gloves too, so.
Okay. Yeah, because I think
Insulated
72. If you got wet feet, it probably will shock you. Okay, that's good. So actually, so the mills are all up and running and all that. One of them is.
One of them is the other two. It's as simple as hooking them up to the thing. I put ring connectors on the wire leading out of the 3-phase converter, so it's as easy. Jose hooked up the one on the other mill, so we can hook that up too, and then we should get the surface grinder going as well.
Okay, yeah, so actually with the mills up, we can actually get the guys from the Steam Auto Club to actually start working on a